Good morning, guys. Good morning. Let's get into the show this morning. This is a very important show this morning. Do you remember UFC ex-fighter Cain Velasquez? Guys, this is a very important story because Dana White and Donald Trump, the President Donald Trump, they are very good friends. We saw that Dana White went to the inauguration, and my question is to President Trump and Dana White, because I'm not seeing this on the table. Why Cain Velasquez is not being pardoned by Donald Trump? We're going to get into this case because the judge put this case off from last year to come into this year for a verdict. And I don't think Cain going to get a life sentence, but I think there is some. He spent like 8 months in jail already, guys, and they denied him bail for 8 months, and he did get $1 million bail. Now Cain is out, and the judge put off his case. The verdict will render this year, early this year. So let's get some more information about this story this morning. And thank you for joining me. Make sure you press like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's get into this video. So ex-US UFC fighter Cain Velasquez, ex-champion, one of the best fighters in UFC, guys. A couple years ago, I think this go back in 2022, Cain Velasquez, was charged with attempted murder. And because people, let me tell you this story here. Harry Goulet, whatever his name is, he was charged with molesting Cain, one of Cain's kids. Man charged with molesting child of Cain Velasquez will go to trial. Judge rules. And also, let me give you a little more information, because what happened is, we're going to read this story and get more information, because this is a very touching story. I believe President Trump will pardon Cain. It just to see the outcome. The judge put off the case to early this year. So Cain Velasquez will find out his fate until early next year, which is this year, 2025. After his sentence hearing will push back to this year, 2025. The former UFC champion was scheduled to appear in court on Friday, that was last year, for his sentence after he pleaded non-contest to a variety of charges, including attempted murder and, related to the charge that he was arrested for back in 2022. He is facing potential for life in prison, which I don't think Cain will get, with the possibility of parole, although it's highly unlikely he received, the stiffest penalty for those charged after pleading non-contest and avoided a jury trial. Velasquez was initially arrested after he went on an 11-mile high-speed car chase going after a vehicle that contained Harry Goulet, a man accused of molesting the fighter's son at a daycare owned by his mother. Velasquez fired several rounds from a 40 caliber handgun at the vehicle, but ultimately hit Goulet's stepfather Paul Binder in the arm. He sustained non-threatening life injuries. It wasn't non-threatening. Went to the hospital, get treated, and released. So when the car chase ended, Velasquez was arrested without incident by the Morgan Hill Police Department, and he was hit with a multitude of charges that kept him behind bars for about 8 months. So Cain did not get bail for 8 months. After 8 months, he did put up $1 million bail, and he came out and and they granted him bail. The district attorney also stated that a search of the suspect phone records, search for sexual assault case where victim family fight back, and sexual assault case where victim family retaliated. Goulet faces charge of his own related to the case, with his next hearing scheduled for November 13th. So the judge said he is going to trial for the case. Velasquez ultimately spent 8 months behind bars after he initially arrested, until he was finally granted his release on $1 million bail. Since then, Velasquez returned to the coaching and corner fighting out of American kickboxing academy in San Juan, and even made appearance on professional wrestling while his case continued to play out in court. So that is the latest update on Cain case right now. The judge put it off back to this year, early this year, so a verdict will be rendered. I don't believe Cain Velasquez will go and spend the rest of his life in jail. I don't know, man. He spent 8 months in jail. That's almost a year. That's time served. Counting on it. I don't know what the judge will do, but people, you got to understand, when somebody accused when someone is accused of molesting your kid, people, it seemed like Cain went in a blackout mode. I do work in social service where kids, they just black out and just do things and don't remember. There's a strong possibility, you reading, you're driving, you're thinking what happened to your son, all things that your son should never expect at that age. And it was, it was anger, it was frustrated. It was a father that trying to defend his kid. You know what I mean? And I think there should be some leniency on this, because this was not intentional. This was not premeditated. This was not planned. You get a phone call, or you find out someone molests your child. You angry people, and and for that split second. But thank God, no one got hurt, no one got killed. So, I believe the judge will be so leniency on Cain Velasquez, and I think Dana White, will speak to. He's probably already speaking to President Trump on this. They are very good friends. Like I said, Dana White was at the inauguration, so I don't know how this is going to play out, but I don't believe Cain going to spend the rest of his life in jail. He's 42 years old. He's a young man. Not that young, but he's still a young man. Spend time with his family out in the world instead of getting locked up. He's not a bad person. The judge got to take into consideration his overall. He's a fighter. He not say away for fighter, but his overall what he did in his life. He wasn't getting in trouble or trouble with the law, getting arrested, none of that, guys. So all of this will take in play. The judge will render a verdict this year, and I believe President Trump should pardon Cain for those crimes, because a lot of people getting pardoned, and we see strong possibility some of these people are being pardoned, not by President Trump, by Joe Biden. It didn't look good. It didn't look good. So I believe, Cain should be pardoned. And I'm going on the limb that President Trump, and I believe President Trump will pardon Cain Velasquez. And thank everyone for joining me this morning. Make sure you press like, share, subscribe to this channel, guys, and make sure that you put on a notification, guys. When I do put up new video, you get notification. Thank you for joining me. Until later. All right.